Jeremy Allen White is the boss. See the cast of the upcoming Bruce Springsteen biopic side by side with the real people they play. Jeremy Allen White is taking on the story of how the iconic Bruce Springsteen came to be known as the boss alongside a star-studded cast. The Bear actor was first rumored to be cast in the movie in March 2024, and more than 6 months later, the studio released the first photo of White in the role, donning a black leather jacket over a red flannel. Based on Warren Zanes' 2023 book of the same name, Deliver Me From Nowhere follows Springsteen's journey in creating his iconic 1982 album Nebraska. The development of Nebraska, which followed Springsteen's 1981 The River Tour, marked a pivotal time in his life, one that he would only openly talk about decades after its release. A release for the movie described. It's regarded as a landmark in his musical odyssey and a source of inspiration for a generation of artists and musicians. White has met with Springsteen, who is also involved in the making of the project alongside his longtime manager John Landau, played by Jeremy Strong, and has said he felt lucky to have his support. Bruce has been really lovely and supportive and available, which has made this whole process, I think, such an extra joy that we have his support and John Landau, his manager's support, who has a large role in the film, as well, he said following his September 2024 Emmy Awards win. So I feel really lucky, and yeah, we're getting there. From Bruce Springsteen to John Landau, here's a look at the cast of Deliver Me From Nowhere side by side with their real-life counterparts. 01. Of 06. Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen. White plays a young Springsteen as he works on his 6th studio album while simultaneously recording the E Street Band's iconic 1984 record Born in the USA. While White hasn't sung on camera in the past, he told Variety in June 2024, "We're gonna try our best," when it came to singing the songs himself. Springsteen has also given praise to the film, which will film in New Jersey, where Springsteen lived. "I've seen the scripts and I've talked to the director. They're just putting it all together, so I don't have an awful lot to say about it, but I'm excited about it happening." The Born to Run rocker told fellow musician Zach Bryan in an October 2024 conversation for Rolling Stone. "It'll be an interesting story." One of the most significant men in Springsteen's life is his manager, John Landau. The two have worked together since Springsteen started to gain fame in the 1970s, and Landau has since sat in on many recording studio sessions with the singer. Strong will take on the role following the October 2024 release of The Apprentice, in which he portrayed a young Donald Trump's former lawyer, Roy Cohn. Landau told The Hollywood Reporter in October 2024 that he was thrilled with the casting choices, from White to Strong. "I died and went to heaven," the manager jokingly told the outlet of when he heard the Succession alum would be taking on the role. "He's a great guy. We've had the chance to know each other, and I'm just dying to see what he does and what I learn from it." Johnny Cannizzaro, who is most well known for starring in Clint Eastwood's Jersey Boys, is playing Steve Van Zandt, guitarist for the E Street Band and Springsteen's close personal friend. Though the musician has yet to comment on the biopic, Van Zandt has been open about his decades-long friendship with Springsteen, telling People in June 2024 that their relationship was not something he took for granted. "You just don't have that many friends for 60 years. I think the fact that it survived some ups and downs, it says something about our nature," Van Zandt said. "The nature of the importance of friendship in general, which is what attracted me to being in a band rather than a solo show business person." Paul Walter Hauser plays Mike Batlon, who was Springsteen's guitar tech from the early 1970s to late 1980s. While Springsteen was recording Nebraska, Batlon was asked to create a recording setup in the Boss home in Colts Neck, New Jersey. Though Batlon played an essential role in the making of the album, he has lived primarily out of the public eye and not much is known about him. Per the press release, Odessa Young plays Faye, Springsteen's love interest in the movie. However, it is unclear whether she is based on a real person, though Springsteen did have a number of relationships throughout the early 1980s. Young is an Australian actress known for 2015 feature films Looking for Grace and The Daughter. Stephen Graham takes on the role of Douglas Springsteen, the musician's father with whom he had a strained relationship. The singer has previously been open about how his father suffered from mental illness and expressing love toward his son. The pair's relationship inspired many of Springsteen's most personal lyrics in songs such as Adam Raised a Cain, My Father's House, and Independence Day. In a 2016 cover story for Vanity Fair, Springsteen admitted that he never heard the words, "I love you," from his father. "The best you could get was love you, Pops." Switching to his father's gruff voice. Me too. Even after he had a stroke and he'd be crying, he'd still go, "Me too." You'd hear his voice breaking up, but he couldn't get out the words, he said. Graham